Yay Networks.
Hi guys, this is Kary.
And this is Kam.
And thank you for joining us. We're so excited to do this little podcast with all of you.
And we're so excited for you guys to get to know the real us. I know you only get to see a glimpse of us on the show, so we really want you guys to get to hang with us.
Yes, we want to talk about fashion, kids, health, anything that's going on in our lives.
And family and husbands.
Yeah, so tune in and, let's have some fun.
And girl talk.
Well, hi guys. Welcome back to an episode of Kam and Kary.
Hi guys. I'm sure everyone is so excited for the summer. I know these weeks have been so beyond crazy with kid stuff. These last 2 weeks of school, oh my gosh.
Insane.
I can't even keep up. There's a billion things in my planner, my old-fashioned planner. I have an old-fashioned planner because I like to cross everything off. But I cannot keep everything straight. So the fact that I'm here and I'm dressed right now is a really big deal.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Well, you heard my conversation with my daughter. She's on final weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Isabella, how did you do? Well, Mom, I got a 76 or something. I go, what? She goes, well, I passed.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, Isabella, what's wrong with you? Your grades are so good all year. She goes, well, it's the end of the year and I'm tired.
Oh, I know. They're all so
This
tired
is what you have
now.
coming for you.
I know. My gosh. I know. It's coming. I'm I still can't believe Hilton is considered to be in middle school, 5th grade.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she'll be in 6th grade next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that's the one thing, the only good thing is that you have a few more years, to just make sure they pass.
Yeah.
Because when they get to 9th grade,
Yeah.
everything counts for college.
Okay. When did they start getting the A, B, C, D thing? They only get percentages right now, right?
Yeah, they do get ABC, but mainly when they're in 9th grade, everything starts counting for their GPA to get into college.
Oh.
So that's when
9th grade.
9th grade is when you have to get all the private tutors make sure they're getting really good grades.
Right.
Because before that, until 8th grade, it doesn't really matter.
Oh my gosh.
Of course it matters because it prepares them for 9th grade, but their grades are not going to count.
Right.
Listen, as long as they make it to 9th grade,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm already getting nervous with all this. The kids are just growing way too fast. It's going too fast.
So much faster. I don't know if anyone out there experiences the same thing, but I really think that now is my daughter, compared from my first daughter that is now 24 to my daughter that is 15, they are advancing so much faster.
So much faster. It's insane. I feel also hormones are developing faster. I'm sorry, but I love my daughter, but she definitely can act like a teenager, and she's only 11. And is it from watching too many YouTubes? I don't know where they get this. It's way too fast. I never even knew some of the words that she uses.
I know.
At that age.
I almost feel like this phone is making them grow up faster.
Oh. I know.
Before this, when my daughter Sophia, she was so naive.
Yeah.
At 15, and now Isabella, they're all into boys and everything else.
Oh my God! And that is just another story. And I caved and got Hilton finally a cell phone.
Okay, is she getting texts from boys yet?
So she's on a group chat, right?
Oh,
and
those group chats.
Hopefully she's not listening to this because she doesn't even know how to pull up a podcast, thank gosh. Okay. So she'll get mad if if she hears I'm talking about this. So, and if another mom is listening, don't tell your kids because then they'll tell Hilton.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's been on this little group chat, and they're all friends, and the girls in this little group chat, they're friends with the boys too. And one of her friends stole the iPad, okay? And they were playing this weekend on the iPad, and she stole the iPad as a joke, and she wrote to the boy, I love you. Okay, this boy's had a crush on Hilton all year.
So Hilton told the boy?
From her iPad, but it wasn't her, it was her friend that typed it.
Oh.
Okay, so it started some drama, right?
Oh, gosh.
And he put a big smile face, okay? And I'm oh, no. And Hilton told me all about this. And so she was freaking out. She was so she wrote back right away, was that was not me, that was my friend. And he's oh, okay, laugh out loud. And then he goes, well, I love you too.
Oh.
And then after that, he then wrote, oh, but that was my friend also.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Well, Hilton is a little detective. She had that specific friend's text message also. So she texts that other boy and goes, "Did you just write that on his iPad?" And he's like, "No, I'm at home. Like, I'm not even over there right now." So she busted to that little boy, like, really said it.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Welcome to the world of
I know.
girls
I know. I'm
and
like,
dating. Just wait.
yeah. And so I'm just like, oh my God. And this little boy is like the sweetest little boy. And I've met his mom. She's really good friends with one of my friends. So thank goodness I know like nothing crazy is going to happen, you know, because this mom like monitors everything. So I'm like, thank gosh. And it was so cute because this little boy was not on her football team this year. But once he found out she was on a team, he transferred to her football team.
Oh my.
Yeah. So he could be on the team with her.
Okay,
Okay.
that is so. What
Yeah.
a go-getter.
I know.
Okay,
and I'm like, oh.
I like it. And look at.
So I'm just like, okay. So then she heard a rumor that he's going to ask her out the last day of school,
Oh.
which is this week.
Okay, that is very advanced.
Okay. So what do I do? Like, when did this happen for your kids? Like, I'm like freaking out. Like,
Okay, wait.
she
how
can't
old
have a
is he?
boyfriend.
No. How old is she?
She's 11. Like, this can't happen. And this is the thing, like, she like thinks of this boy as a friend and like a cool kid.
Well, that's they
like
can
they
go.
throw football together. Like it's kind of like it's not like I don't think they're thinking of other things.
No, they can
Right?
go and like have an ice cream and have that little crush. I mean, it's
With
okay.
me like sitting like 30 feet away, is that how it works? Because she can't drive a car.
No, I mean you just drop them
Yeah.
off and say I'll pick you up in 30 minutes,
And just like say you have to stay at ice cream
and I would just park my car.
and like really far and spy the whole time.
Yes,
Oh my
like they
gosh.
pretend that you're not there.
My gosh.
Because if
like,
you're sitting there, it's really awkward.
right. Okay. So then they've
You say-
already gone to the movies with a group already. They went to movies with like a group.
Oh wow!
And Court sat in the back of the movie theater the whole time. Okay.
And did they know?
Yes, Court. Like she knew that Court was in the back of the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, is that hysterical?
Oh my gosh!
I know.
She's like, okay, Isabella wasn't really hanging out with boys until like maybe this year
Yeah.
or 7th grade.
Okay, I think maybe you think it's because Hilton's on the football team, like 'cause she's like with the boys and she's friends with them.
Probably.
It's like she's setting herself up for these friends, but I think then the boys start having a crush on her because she's a cool chick,
She is a
right?
cool chick.
She's like
yeah.
a tomboy, can talk sports.
Yeah.
you know, like a lot cooler than I am. But I'm just like worried. I'm like, oh my gosh. But the good thing is I know how to get a hold of all these moms because they're on the football teams, right?
Well, and that's cool too because you kind of get to know them.
Yeah.
And this is good, you know. She's going to be a lot more with it and like navigate the whole dating thing and the boys so much
Yeah.
better. So maybe this
Right.
is good.
I know. Maybe it's good. I just don't know. Okay, so when was the first time your girls went on a date? Do you remember?
Oof. Like Sophia didn't have a boyfriend until she was a senior in high school.
Oh, okay. Well, she beat me. I didn't have a boyfriend in high school.
You didn't?
No. No
Okay.
one was going to date me.
Okay, well, she had a boyfriend then. And then, I mean, she did go to dances and things like that because boys ask you to go to dances.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I went to
but,
dances.
But not like a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Olivia, yes, Olivia had a boyfriend in middle school.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking maybe 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
And Alex, my son, had her first girlfriend in 8th grade.
Really?
And Isabella claims that she doesn't have a boyfriend, but
Yeah.
she gets all dressed up and she's always with boys. And all the
Uh-huh.
friends tell me that, oh, she likes this boy or he likes her.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes, like, you
Maybe
know,
they don't label it anymore. You
they don't,
think?
yes. I'm like, are you sure you don't like somebody? She goes, no, mom.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Mm."
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
she's keeping it a secret.
But they're definitely into boys. They're all hanging out with each other.
Really?
Every weekend.
And they go in like groups.
Oh yeah! All of a sudden, Isabella goes, "Can some people come over?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Sure." And then I just hear ta 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 ta. I was like, "Okay, what's going on?" I go
Right.
to the third floor.
Yeah.
I open the door, and there's like 16 kids,
No way.
8 girls and 8 boys.
Oh my gosh. That's hysterical.
And I'm like, "Oh my!" I go, "Hi!"
Right.
And they're all staring at me, like 16 kids.
Oh my
And all these boys
gosh.
and girls.
Okay,
This is
that
my store.
okay. And I also love our neighborhood because everyone can walk everywhere
Or bike.
and like or
Oh,
bike.
yeah. And all of a sudden, there's all these bikes in front of my. Oh,
Yeah.
Because all the boys are on
Okay,
bikes.
so they all ride bikes.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, the boys rode bikes to our house the other day, and they rang the doorbell to see if Hilton was home. And Hilton like wasn't even dressed. And she's like, Mom, go talk to them while I go get dressed. And I'm like, she was like in her pajamas.
Yeah, and you're
so
like,
she changed really fast and got dressed.
yeah, because they go at night.
Yeah. And they were like biking in the neighborhood.
And the thing is, you're in 5th grade. Imagine mine. The other day, I'm like, boys, it's like midnight.
Yeah.
Don't you all have a curfew?
No way.
Yes.
They bike that late.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, where are these curfews?
It's like biker gangs.
Well, yeah, I'm like, where are and they're all these boys super cute.
Yeah. And I only see the boys biking. I don't see the girls biking at night.
No, never. and the boys are super, super cute. And they're all super like, hi, Mrs. Brittingham. Thank you, Mrs. Like very polite.
Yeah.
And so they're super sweet. And I love to have them over. But I'm like,
Yeah.
You know, and then.
And what do they do to hang out? Like, do they just
I don't know
sit
because
on the
obviously
sofa?
I don't know because I kind of leave. You know,
Yeah.
they are in the 3rd floor and they're all hanging out.
Yeah.
But you know, they're going to go to high school next and it's going to be the drinking.
Okay. So that's when it starts.
9th grade.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering when that started.
Which 9th grade, you're still very strict.
Yeah.
10th grade, you're kind of, by the 11th grade, you're kind of like turning your head like, okay,
Right.
I'm not seeing this alcohol coming in.
Right.
You know, but
right.
I mean, because you know they're all going to be drinking.
Right.
And if you don't allow it at your house, they're going to do it somewhere else. And I almost kind of rather them be home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Well, that's why I told Court, I was like, I want to make sure I have a really fun playroom so that they can hang out there and hang out at our house so I can monitor it. Because I don't trust other parents I don't know. You know,
You
and
would
that's
never
the
know.
thing. You cannot trust other parents you don't know. Like, you don't know if they're leaving the kids at home.
Let me just tell you, speaking of that, when my kids were young, we had, like, everybody knew. There was this mom, which I didn't know for a little while, but she would get really drunk, and drive the kids around.
No.
And we were all in a carpool.
No.
And she would drive the kids. Like,
So
she would
what
like,
did you
smell
do?
like vodka.
How did you find out?
Well, when we figured it out, all the parents started like putting it together.
Right.
And we're like, oh my gosh. So then I was like,
Did you call the other parents and talk to them? Like everyone was like talking
everybody
about
was
it?
talking about it. So
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
that was the situation.
Right. Well, that's kind of like reminding me of this situation. I'm like friends, my really good girlfriend in California, she called me the other day and her friend group for her daughter actually has like major drama because one of the moms left her daughter is 11 also, left her kids at home while she went off to like Vegas and like partied.
Wait, what?
Yes. And left her kids alone in their condo and like never even like had a nanny at night with them. Supposedly they had a nanny that picked them up like for a few hours during the day, but never at night. Okay. And the other parents all found out about it, and they all don't want this little girl to come to their house because they're afraid their daughter might end up at their house, and then bad situations can happen.
Because those are not good decisions.
Right. I know. And that's the thing. So it's like, I told my friend, I'm like, oh my God, what do you do? And then she said that another parent called her and was like, we cannot have our kids hang out with this kid because they're going to be around all these bad decisions. So then it's like, do you want to blame the kid and isolate that poor kid? And that's like the tricky thing. It's like, what do you do? You don't want to isolate that kid. But then again, this is the thing. That kid is going to expose your kid, right, with bad decisions because she's seen bad decisions from her mom. Okay. So then I'm like, when do you draw the line? Okay. So then my friend.
This is a good learning experience for your kid.
Yeah.
And you said, listen, we don't want to like isolate your friend because this is not his or her fault. I don't know if it's a boy or girl.
Right.
To be doing this, because of the mom. And it's not fair but we're teaching you the right thing to do. And you're going to be experiencing your whole life with people with bad decisions.
Right.
And you're going to have to make up your own decisions. And you should know better the decisions that you should make because what we're teaching you.
Right.
And when you see a bad situation or this kid is trying to influence you in a bad way, that is a great time for you to help them be better.
Right.
Because they don't have that.
Right, that guidance. That's a very good point. And that's the thing, too. I don't think this girl has guidance in her life from what my friend said. So that really, it worries me because, if you neglect that girl, even as like a friend mom, like if you neglect that poor girl, she can make bad decisions. And then, she also has to have some kind of ability to be invited over to, my friend's house anyway. So it's like kind of like you want to like make sure, I don't know. It's like, it's a sticky situation. And then she said that the other moms actually out there do not want their kids hanging out with this person at all. So then she's the bad guy if that kid goes to her house.
Well, that's a good, like me, you know how I am. I would be educating the other parents and be like, how are we going to just exclude this poor kid? She doesn't have a good parent. We should not completely exclude, because what are we teaching our kids to? Maybe we should teach our kids to include her and feel sorry for her.
Right.
And make sure that, we're watching the decisions of the parents. Because if she's in that friend group and she's in the school, at the end of the day, it's a good time to teach kids to, hey, let's be, like, let's help this poor kid out because she's not having good examples.
Right.
So let's all help her, and maybe you, sometimes us as parents are more immature than our kids.
Right. No, that's true.
Sometimes our kids can teach us, Mom, like, how is this fair, know?
The only thing, though, is it's like, at this age, they all hang out alone. So it's like, if she was, like, telling my friend's kid, things that her daughter was not ready to hear, you can't stop it, right? And it's like, what is that girl doing at home? And that's the other thing. It's like, she could be already talking about sex when my friend doesn't want her daughter knowing about that stuff yet, right? Meanwhile, they know about it, but it's like, it's like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
That's like the hard part too.
I know. It's
like,
such a sticky situation.
It's so sticky. And it's like, God, it's like, that's like the hard part about being a parent. You don't want to, what is that thing, like being a Hoover parent when you hoover over them? What's that word?
Helicopter parent.
Helicopter. Sorry, Hoover. Helicopter parent.
Helicopter parent.
Yeah, not a Hoover parent.
Yes, but I've never been a helicopter parent.
Me either. I've never been a helicopter parent.
I'm just gonna,
most of my friends are.
Yeah,
okay.
I do not
I'm the only one that's not, considering my daughter plays football. I'm clearly not a helicopter parent. But it's funny because most of my friends, they all say, you can only play with this person. You can only play with this person. And they manipulate and they like manually pick their kids' friends.
Trust me, it's gonna hurt him later on. I've seen it. All my friends' kids that the parents were super helicopter parents.
Yeah.
The kids didn't. I mean, they've had a lot more difficult times.
Really?
Yes, my kids are.
Is it like going to college? It's harder, like making their own friends.
Yes, going to college, figuring out life, things like that. Like all my kids, they wanted to get their driver's license, and I was like, okay, well, figure it out. Register for your driver's license. If you're not smart enough and mature enough to register and do all that driver's license stuff, you're not mature enough to drive.
Right.
But since my kids were little, I remember they were like 3 years old, and they'd be like in a monkey bars, and they start crying for me to go save them. I go, you got yourself in that mess. You get out of that mess.
You got to get down.
Think about it. How did you get there?
Right.
Now, I'm not going to just save you. And you teaching your kids, hey, figure out life. I'm not always going to be there to save you.
Yeah.
And that's so important. And my kids, I feel like they're so independent, and I gave them plenty of love. But if they got themselves in a mess, get out of the mess.
Right. I like that. And the other thing too that my girlfriend actually told me about, getting your kid out of a mess, and our kids are sometimes in bad situations, sometimes if they're out with other friends or something can come up. And my other friend told me this really great idea, like on their phone, they can text a secret text message, not like, oh, come get me, because the other kids can make fun of them or bully them for saying, oh, mama, come get me, right? But if they text like a certain thing, like, how's Lotus the cat doing, right? If they text something like that, then it's like a secret thing where you're like, I got to go get her. I got to go save her from the situation.
Yeah.
And there's like no questions. And then they can blame us. Oh, my mom says I have to go home.
Yeah.
I have to go home.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I told all my kids, when they were start to drive, I said, listen, I have a rule. No matter what time it is, no matter where you are, if you're drinking and there's other people drinking and anybody's going to drive, call me.
Okay.
You'll never be in trouble.
Right.
I don't care how drunk you are.
Right.
I will take you home. You won't be grounded, nothing. Because I tell them all the time, do not get in a car with anybody driving drunk, or do not drive drunk.
Gosh,
I will come and pick you up. I don't care what time it is, and you will not be in trouble.
Right.
It's like one of those rules, and I did it with all my kids.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I'm gonna be the exact same way. And there's just no reason for anybody to get in a car with alcohol. Like absolutely no reason. With all these Ubers and car services and parents being able to pick their kid up in 2 seconds and having that open dialogue now that a lot of parents didn't have back then.
Our kids,
there's no excuse.
At 15, the new thing now is before they drive.
Yeah.
Because they're old enough, they can only alto. So they all have alto.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
So it's not, because it's, I think, a little safer.
Also,
so the drivers and the cars.
I always feel like alto's safer for younger girls.
Yes.
Like I'm not like blaming Uber, but I just feel like it's monitored a little more.
Well, they have their own.
I do love Uber, but yeah.
Well, the cars are going to be a certain way.
Yes.
They monitor them. They know where they are at all times.
Right.
They follow them.
Oh, they do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so like all of us parents for 8th grade, we never allowed her in 7th grade.
Right.
But in 8th grade, they can all alto.
Right.
Because
do really love that.
in 1 year they're going to be driving, so you kind of start having to let them have a little more independence and more independence. It's like every year you have to let them go a little bit more.
Right.
Because then they're going to go fly into college somewhere else, and then you have no.
Right.
You have to prepare them
that makes
to be
sense.
there.
Teaching them how to call alto and all that stuff. I can't imagine. Oh my gosh, there's so much I'm gonna have to prep for my kids. I mean, you've gone through it before, so you know how to do it. But I'm like, oh my gosh.
And guys, if you have any advice on any of these topics, we want to hear from you.
Oh, and I love mom advice at all times. Like when my friend told me the other day about that text message idea, when, it's like that safe word to get out of a situation. Mm-hmm. I love little things like that. And any little stories like that I can pass on to my kids, please message me and tell me, because I love that.
Yes, we definitely love feedback.
Yes.
So message us, and we can definitely, next time we'll pass it along.
Yes.
Which, speaking of that, I've been getting, because we've been speaking, I've been talking a lot about the dating world and apps and everything else. So I've been getting a lot of messages to talk about ghosting.
Okay, what's ghosting?
You never heard of ghosting? Okay.
No, what is that?
So that is a big subject going on right now.
No way.
On when you're dating.
No way.
Yes, because these dating apps. I'm becoming an expert on this dating app situation.
Okay, yeah, she's becoming an expert.
Expert.
You're gonna be professional. You should write a book after your whole experience.
No kidding. The stories that I have. I can give so much advice on this whole dating app.
Yeah, but I'm living through her, and it's so much fun. I'm enjoying all the stories.
Oh, I know. I have another girlfriend of mine that she literally calls me. She goes, "Okay, I want to hear about it. I want to live vicariously through you, Kary."
Yeah.
So many fun stories. So, ghosting is when a guy or a girl. You're talking to them.
Okay.
Whether you're talking to them, whether you're going on dates with them, with whatever. And then all of a sudden they ghost you. You do not hear from them anymore.
No.
Yes. It could be an amazing connection.
Yeah.
You just made out and you talked about everything and
Really?
and you're texting back and forth, and one day
they just ghost.
Disappear. They
no
ghost
way.
you. Yes.
Now, is it just they stop text messaging?
Stop text messaging, doesn't respond, all this stuff. And so I have to tell you that I was like, who does that? I started this whole thing being so nice and communicating and everything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm ghosting people.
No, wait, so you were doing it too?
Because,
ghosting back.
Because this is the situation. What happens is I think the dating apps is a great thing, but there needs to be some type of, I don't know. It's almost too much.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of you're there every night, and let's say, I even forget, people text me, I forget what their names are.
Right.
Who did I talk to last?
I forget people's names all the time, and I'm not dating them
Well,
either.
imagine, I all of a sudden you match with, let's say, 40 people.
Yeah.
And then you're messaging these people, and then you give your number out to 10 people.
Yeah.
And then they start messaging you.
Oh my gosh.
And then I don't remember I talked to different people.
How do you do that? Do you have
it's so confusing.
You don't write notes, do you?
No. I should be writing notes, because all of a sudden, I remember, let's say, talking to about 3 guys, last week that I actually really liked.
Yeah.
I already forgot about them.
Oh my God.
No,
that
but
is
so
hysterical.
listen.
But
the guys
do you
also
forget because you don't like them anymore?
No. You forget because there's other
Too many
people that you're talking to. Tan pasas.
That sounds really distracting.
And I'm busy, and they're busy. So
oh my gosh.
that happens to them too, I'm sure.
Right.
So then there needs to be a better way to be okay, if you talk to certain people, then like it should be a limit of the people that you can pick and talk to, and then you have to discard people before you can keep communicating with people.
Right,
there should be
right.
some type of something so you can kind of keep up better with these people.
Right.
And then it shouldn't be so like easily like to be allowed, because before you met a guy at the bar, and then you start dating him. And then you go out with him and all this stuff. Now you're bored at home and you can sit there and swipe and this one is cute too.
There's like no,
this one is cute too.
That's the weird thing too. Do you remember how much work it was to go out and go meet guys? Like I remember always getting dressed up and like, oh, does my hair look good? And you have to get dressed up to the tens and make sure you look fabulous because you want to meet a guy.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's like I can sit at home and have my popcorn and go swipe.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, it's like buying shoes.
It's like
this
crazy.
is a cute pair of shoes.
I know.
This is a cute pair of shoes.
It's crazy. And I searched like all night to try to find a cute guy to talk to when I was single, right?
I know.
I would like literally go through the crowds. My girlfriend's like, I'm gonna take that one. And I was like, okay, I had a girlfriend that would like tag people and say that he was off limits. I'm like, no, honey, you should just wait to see who he comes up to.
Exactly.
Like it's not like we tag people.
Exactly.
She always was like, I dib that guy the minute we walk in. And I was more concerned if I like making sure I got in the door, that the door hitting me versus looking out for the guys. I mean, I was just like, whoa, like stop dibbing people.
I know, no, that's not cool.
And now like you don't even deal with that.
Well, you kind of do, which is funny because on the dating apps, we're all talking to the same guys.
Oh my God. No way.
Yes.
So you talk to your girlfriends and then some of them will be talking to the same guy.
Yeah, so we're like, hey, are you talking to Brad 42?
No.
Because they don't have last names. So we just call them by, are you talking to, Phil 50?
No way. So there's no last names and you just...
And then we start sending pictures. Oh,
no,
look at this. Oh my God, yes. And then like, hey, you think this one is cute? Oh, I'm talking to him.
No.
So yes. So it's the same thing because we all are single and we're all in the same dating apps.
And I bet in our area there's only so many.
Well, listen, we're even going outside the area and you still match with the same people.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Oh my God, that is really funny.
Isn't that funny?
Well, I got a text the other day from a girlfriend and she was like, well, you asked this other girl if she, went on a date with this other guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I literally like texted the other girl and was like, did you go on a date with this guy? And she goes, I went on 2 dates and, she can have them. I'm done with them.
Yeah.
And then my friend was like, well, ask her when the dates were. I'm just like, I guess it's like a really small pool. Like, I didn't realize this. And these are two of my friends that I know, but they don't know each other. But somehow they heard that they each went on a date with them.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. In the car, I'll show you his name, see if you know him.
Oh, I probably will.
I don't even know who this guy is. I mean, apparently other girls know who he is.
He's like, Steve, 32.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's so funny because, so then we all give each other like the 911, right?
Yeah.
My friend is like, oh, don't go out with him.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Oh my gosh. Like, like the guy that I went out with that I was like,
the other
he's
night.
an alcoholic.
Oh no, with the one that got wasted?
Yes.
No, he is an alcoholic?
I mean,
I didn't know if he was. I just heard he got really wasted.
Well, and then I thought, okay, maybe one night,
Yeah.
And then like 3 nights later, I talked to him on the phone and he's wasted or stoned.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So then I sent him a text message. You know what? Because we were supposed to go on a date.
Yeah.
That next day.
No
like
way.
that day. And he was wasted the night before. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Oh my
So
God.
I sent him a text message and said, I think you're really great, but I think we're better off that we're friends. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And he was mad because we had reservations that night for dinner.
Right. Oh no.
But I'm like, no, So then when another friend, hey, I matched with, John, 49.
Yeah.
I'm like, which is not his name. I'm just giving an alias.
Yeah.
I go, yes, to not go out with him.
Oh my gosh.
So we give each other like
the DL.
the DL.
Okay, that's hysterical. There needs to be like a site now that like has notes from other girls about the guys.
Oh,
right?
That's a great idea.
Right?
Or the other one, I'd be like, you know what? He was not for me because, I don't like dating anybody with like little kids.
Yeah.
Like babies. I'm like, no.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like thinking, you're a great guy. So how can I transfer him to my girlfriend that will love little
that's
kids?
hysterical. There should be a little button that says recommend.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Recommend
really
to
cute.
this. Yes.
I like that.
I'm telling you,
You should email the dating companies and like tell them I have an idea.
like I should like start coming up with my own dating app.
Yes.
I mean, I have so many great ideas now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
I feel like this is like more like a project now.
Yeah, I know.
Everything that I'm learning.
Gosh. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about too actually was Kary, your situation. Oh my goodness, what happened yesterday?
Oh gosh.
I'm not getting over this. Like, this is so scary.
Okay, so just thinking about it, guys, and I am gonna tell all of you this because it happened to me so fast. And after it happened to me, I realized that this is a thing. So I am in like a really great area in, my neighborhood that I go to all the time, super safe. I'm there almost every other day and everything else. Well, I literally put my purse in my car and I talking to a friend and I'm just like getting refill my iced tea. And it happened within seconds. Someone opened my car, took my purse and ran into a getaway car and was out of there within seconds. There were witnesses. Everybody's like, wait, like what happened? I was like, oh my God, like it was in a blink of my eye. The car is gone. I'm calling 911. We couldn't even get a license plate of the car.
No, you saw the car speed off.
Yes, the car speed off.
Did you see the guy running to the car?
Yes.
With your bag?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And the car was like a brown Mercedes.
No.
Yes. And all this
Was it a nice Mercedes where like people would not like pick up on the situation?
Yeah, it was a nicer car.
No.
And they take my purse, okay, with my car keys, with my house key, with my driver's license and my address of my house, with all my credit cards, with all my cash, with my book for my work, with all my information, with like my sunglasses, all my sunglasses, like 2 pairs of sunglasses.
And you were at Flower Child's on Lovers Lane.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone in Dallas knows where Flower Child is. It's like a very it's a place where there's a lot of people walking around everywhere.
Oh, they were like witnesses. So then I talked to the people, like the security people from that area, and they tell me this is an organized crime.
No.
And it happens all the time.
Wait, what does an organized crime mean? That means they watch the situation?
That's their job. That's what they do. They have it down to a T. They're watching people.
No.
They know who they're going after. There's all these Pilates classes around there.
Right.
So guess what? They have this fog key or whatever they can get into cars, and they go in and take while the people are working out.
No.
They take their purses.
No.
They make it to the mall. They charge all this stuff right away, and then they
go right to the mall. Did you shut down all your credit cards?
Right away. Like right away.
Oh my gosh. Did they put anything on it by the time?
Thank God I have all the apps on my phone.
Right.
And I was able to right away. That's the first thing I did.
No way.
Yes.
So you can delete, you can put them on hold on your apps.
Not on hold.
Okay.
Cancel.
Okay, right.
Which
is
crazy, because it's like such a.
Because I didn't know you have to do that right away.
I had to call you people, like police, to come to my house because now the people can go over there and rob my house.
Right.
And all these things.
Oh my gosh.
So then,
did UP police go and sit in front of your house for a while? Oh, see, that's the great thing about living in Park City. I know. Be there.
So they did that, but then now it's like I'm waiting for credit cards. So I have like all my stuff is connected to my credit cards. Favor, Ubers. Venmos, and not to mention I have all these like bills that go automatic, that everything is going to bounce, not go through.
Oh my gosh. And then you're going to be embarrassed because people are going to start calling you saying you didn't pay for something.
Yes, like everything starts bouncing, because nothing, your card didn't go through.
Yes. People are going to think you ran out of money.
Yes. I mean.
That's how the rumors start. If we were filming right now for Housewives, the rumors would start, Kary. They would start.
Kary has no money.
Kary has no money.
No, like literally right now, my friends are like bringing me cash.
Oh.
You heard that?
Yes, we were just in the car. Her friend was like, I could bring you cash. I was like, girls, I probably should go to the bank and get some for Kary.
I mean, this is insane. Can you believe it? Like,
I can't.
And like, it's like a long weekend.
Oh my
And I'm like stuck with,
gosh.
Thank God I had a spare key to my car, but I couldn't leave. Like I was stuck at Flower Child, and my car wouldn't turn on.
No,
because my keys were in my purse.
No,
with who know where did they go?
Oh my God!
I mean, I had no car keys, no house keys, no nothing.
No,
I mean,
right?
It was a nightmare, guys.
That is awful. So how are you buying groceries right now?
I have no groceries.
So, oh my God!
Because by the way, I had no groceries.
Right.
So I was gonna go after lunch to the grocery store.
Right.
to do all that.
Right.
So guess what? I have nothing.
Oh no.
My kids at home. So yeah, I can't even put gas in my car.
Right. Okay.
Because,
Well, I could always
you
go to
don't-
the ATM after this for you. I know you. Yeah. But how are you? Do you have a
Cameron-
spare key for your car?
I did. Finally
thank
got
God.
one from
Okay.
Eduardo. He had one.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Okay.
So Cameron had to pick me up today.
Yes.
She's actually taking me to lunch after this.
Yes. We'll go eat.
I'm just
pay
gonna-
for
I'm just-
our bill. Thank gosh.
I have a friend of mine, a really sweet friend of mine tonight that is also going to pick me up to take me to dinner. Have dinner friends. So thankfully, I have a lot of amazing friends
Yes.
that I don't know what I
yes.
would do without.
Right.
Because, oh my gosh. Like,
God. Well, that actually makes me realize like it's important to have like maybe like a special card somewhere in case something like this happens. But I never thought of that.
a special card, not only,
Right.
well, and you have like your husband and everything else, which
Right.
you have all the cards, but you don't have to really
Right.
worry about it. But guys,
Right.
yeah, I mean, be careful. Don't carry like everything
Yeah.
in your wallet.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Don't carry because if they steal that,
Right.
everything is gone.
Right.
They grab your purse. So
Yeah.
don't carry all your stuff in your purse.
Yeah, and I don't really carry
Because
cash
this
at my
is-
house either. So it's like maybe I should go like put cash at my parents' house and like put extra cards over there in case like, I lose them or they get stolen out of my purse.
Yeah, it's like I can only imagine like when your house gets burned down and you lose everything.
No.
I feel like such anxiety and empty with just my purse,
Right.
and my wallet and my little
I
things.
can't imagine.
Imagine when your
Wait,
house,
you had your cell phone with you though, right?
Thank God.
That's the only thing you had with you.
the only thing. Like
Oh
I
my
was left with
God.
nothing.
Thank God you had your cell phone.
Thank God.
I mean,
Could
could you imagine if you had to go get a phone?
Oh,
Like deal with
No.
that drama too?
I know. So
Oh my God.
moral of the story, guys, is happening. Apparently, the Dallas police told me that. You people told me that. The mall people told me that.
Okay.
They're watching. It's an organized crime.
No.
They're watching all the time. So
My
be
God.
careful.
Okay.
Be careful out
Park
there.
in very like well lit areas with people around.
Well, I was people
Like-
around well-lit areas.
Right.
Like, don't leave the purse for even a second and
No.
watch your surroundings. Watch what's going
Right,
on.
right.
Watch because people are watching.
Yeah, and it even happened in a well lit area with people around. Like,
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing. But you're thankful you have witnesses. Like, I bet
Yes.
that's really.
I had so many witnesses that gave all their information to the police
That's
and everything
good.
else, but that was
I hope
really,
they
really
find
bad.
those bad guys.
What were they going to do? They said, all your stuff is already at a pawn shop.
Oh my God, it's that fast.
Yes. And now what I have to worry about is identity theft.
Oh no.
So now my friend told me, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to call you after my podcast because I need to
Right.
figure out how to get this
Right.
like identity theft, like,
Right.
at
Have you ever
least.
been to a pawn shop? No.
Have you?
No. I was just wondering.
No.
They've always they always like are in like random places. I've never gone in one.
Like, imagine going to a pawn shop to buy my.
I know. You're like, that's all my stuff.
That's mine. Can I?
Yeah. Well, they
how-
have to like put them in like pawn shops probably not close to you though, right? Because don't you think the people would find out?
I don't know how that
I don't
works.
know how that works either.
But on that note,
On
guys,
that note,
thank you for
be
joining
safe.
us.
Be safe. And we are praying for all the families, by the way, from the shooting the other day. And it is just so tragic and awful. And
Oh,
our heart goes out to all those families. And, it's
yes.
the most horrible, tragic thing we've ever heard of. I mean, I've just been,
It's just
in
sad
pain
that it
thinking
keeps
about it all
happening. I
week.
mean, I was hoping that we haven't, we were done with that.
I know. It's
And
just
it's
thing.
just really, really
awful.
sad. And we just, our hearts really go out to everyone out there
Yes.
and the community.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like a little town outside San Antonio here in Texas. I mean,
yes.
so sad. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
so
Praying
Anyway.
for all the families to hang in there.
Yeah. Sending all our prayers to everybody. Hug your kids
Yeah.
tight, your family. Tell everybody you love them.
Life is precious.
Yes. And we will see you next week.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.